let's collect, let's collect. We collect, we collect. The collector's going digital, and Jack collects. Beyond the drop, let's collect, let's collect. Beyond the drop.
All right, everybody, welcome back here on Monday to another episode of Beyond the Drop, the show that collectors gone digital and I put together for you guys every Monday at 1 p.m. EST. What up, Josh? How are you,
What's going on? What's going on, guys? We had some big things happen this week, so I'm excited to talk about it. And some big things. Yeah, some big things outside of the VV community. So we're going to be talking about Clanosaurs this week, a little bit more about Panini, and then we have another new guest joining us in about 30 minutes. So
yes.
Really
looking forward to our guest as well, like a street artist from the UK, who's also a startup founder. So guys, I think that will be a really interesting interview, and yeah, I would say let's jump right into the news, right?
Let's do it.
Dr. Strange in the chat, flashing in the chat. What up, guys? Great to have you here.
We're gonna mix up the scenes today. Let's put us in the bar. Let's go grab a little drink, and then we'll review some posts over there. You got the animation?
Sorry about that.
Oh, good. We got Flashing in the chat. What up, man? Last time I was talking to Flash and we were playing some zombies. We got to do that again. But the first post, let me zoom this in actually.
Yeah. Also, biggest bro here in the chat. Welcome, my friend. Great to have you as always.
Guy had awesome energy on his stream yesterday. I was watching that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. First one is from Clanosaurs. So check this out. Breaking: Clanosaurs to distribute 15% ownership to their holders. We set aside a 15% allocation of options in the equity of the Clanosaurs brand. This will be for our eligible ecosystem holders to participate in our future growth. Next week, we'll launch an allocation website to check your position along with detailed information. So that's very, very cool.
To be fair, I didn't quite get what that meant. To be fair, I've read.
They're giving 15% ownership of the brand to holders of their NFTs.
Okay, so just a redistribution of the company to their community.
15%. Yep. And then it depends. Like what it sounds like is the amount that you're going to be allocated depends on, I guess, what you're holding. Mm-hmm. But it says we'll launch an allocation website to check your position. So,
yeah, I mean that could be quite interesting, and if the brand itself grows in value, I mean that could be definitely a selling point for those NFTs. I mean, I know you are still thinking of acquiring one of the Clanosaurs.
The brand's gonna grow. Here's another example of why. Now that you've seen the micro episodes, we want to reveal where we plan on taking the future. So they just announced this 15 minutes ago. Yeah, 20 minutes ago. Here's a raw look at the Watch and Collect prototype, which looks like their new app that they're going to be dropping. Has some mini games, some pack openings, things like that. It's a vision of a new vertical where story entertainment and digital collecting exist in the exact same space, an engagement layer built directly on top of canonized content. canonized. I don't know what that means. It's the glue where watching a milestone moment on screen gives you the chance to pull its digital counterpart or discover expanded story, bringing the thrill of the chase directly into the viewing experience. When the full series drops, every episode would tie directly into collectibles earned through participation, product, and experiences, all through this app. Clanotopia, did you see that? I like the name.
Yeah. That's pretty interesting. I mean, I'm excited about what they are putting out about that.
The animation team that they work with is just so killer, and the lighting too. The lighting in their episodes. There's some of the packs. I'm wondering. I was saying to Jan before the show. I'm wondering if this is what they're going to be dropping on Digitoys, because I think they've confirmed now it's going to be a sticker, or maybe like.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say maybe like a Digitoys theme sticker. Digitoys X Clanosaurs, maybe not these exact ones, but similar.
Some kind of collab there. I mean, the coin, we also have that on Digitoys, so definitely a few similarities, and also like the art itself. I mean, Clanosaurs also like more like not childish, but I don't know how to say it in a different way, but
they're kid focused, they're family focused. Yeah. The branding is a perfect match for the two companies, Digitoys and Clanosaurs. We got Guri in the chat. What's going on, man? Whereabouts are you in the world now? I think you were in Vietnam last time I spoke to you. Okay, so I saw some posts from Omi Juan. He was standing in line for this event. One Piece returns to Dodger Stadium Thursday night with exclusive giveaways for the first 52,000 ticketed fans while supplies last. I think a big reason why a lot of people were standing in line, though, was I think all 52,000 fans got it was a straw hat for
for Ruffy.
Yeah. And then there was also, I think it was a card. There was a trading card.
But I mean, if all 52,000 got one, it's not that limited of a print run for the card.
I mean, One Piece has a big fan base, but it's cool that they gave out that many.
Yeah, that's just crazy to see how many people lined up for that. I mean,
people probably didn't even go to the game.
Yeah, probably not. Did you heard, like, it's a while back now, or did you tell me about the story where like the One Piece, the real One Piece was hidden somewhere, and like the One Piece community found it in the middle of the ocean in like under a day?
No, that was not me. That was not me.
Then that was something I've seen on social somewhere.
But yeah, pretty crazy. There's more about that on Omi Juan's channel or page as well.
Yeah.
Here is a big one though. The community's been waiting for.
Oh yeah,
and that is Captain America Comics 1941 #1, which is the first appearance of. Oh wait, this is first appearance of Cap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And that comic got, I guess it was in 2022, sold for a little over 3 million, like a physical copy.
They didn't mention that this is first appearance on Captain America?
Didn't it say it in the text? Captain America comic, at long last.
Or are we getting the comic wrong?
I mean, there are not. That's like all the info we got so far. So I think there will be more info coming out. I'm really excited about like the print run of that one, because if they do drop that one at 1,000, then get your MCP points ready, guys.
Yeah. You think it's going to be that low though? I mean, they have been dropping runs that low, but for a comic of this size.
Yeah, I don't think so. I would probably guess 10K, because if you look at Amazing Fantasy 15, that has a 10K print run, and I think for a comic of that caliber, you want like few more people to be able to own this thing. So yeah, I would guess 10K. But guys, let us know in the chat, what do you think? Like what kind of print run will this comic be, and how many MCP points will you guys put down?
Yeah, I bet you we're going to see some pretty big numbers.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's like the one grail the community, like the one comic grail the community was asking for a long time.
So
And
after this one drops, what's left? Or like, I guess, what's the next big title? Not what's left. What's the next big title that people would be waiting for?
from Marvel, to be fair, I don't know. I mean, probably next would be some kind of anime stuff. Also,
Manga, yeah.
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 Oh,
all right. Well,
Biggest Bro makes a good point here. At least 2,000. The print run will be at least 2,000, so we can get the 1941 as a mint. And it's 10K. I don't know if MCP is needed. Oh, is the info already out? Because yesterday there was no info. Or am I wrong here? I thought it.
Oh, thanks for the repost, guys.
Oh, nice. I didn't see that. Awesome.
I am not. Oh, we should talk about this actually as well when we have a moment.
Yeah. I mean, Hinano, that was Hinano's drop, wasn't it?
Hey, it was the first person I thought of when I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again,
I was like, bing.
And shout out to Biggest Bro because he did a fantastic stream covering that. Again, great energy always from him.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing anything though.
I really like his intro because he's like, as you said, he's like, "What up, guys?"
Yeah. No, I don't see anything unless we're missing it and somebody wants to toss it over. But the next announcement here is from Vivi. So discover more, collect more, share more. New features on Vivi arrived today. Reimagined AR, personalized explore page, discover your collector network, which I love this feature, by the way, and then enhanced purchase experience. So this feature now shows you when you click on a collectible, it'll tell you how many friends own the same collectible. Yeah. That's awesome because it's the same kind of like number of people who follow you on X, right? Like, you know, it already works. So that's cool. Another thing I've been hearing a lot about is the AR feature. Like a lot of people seem to like it. So
yeah. I mean, it's way easier. Corey and Dan put out a video, like 20 minutes long video. That was definitely worth the watch because they go over like everything in detail. But it seems like the placement and grouping feature, etc. is way better. So what Corey talked about in the beginning of the year when he joined us here on the show, that he was like, hey, we need to make it quick, easy, and fun and not painful to set up an AR scene and take pictures. And what I also really like, that you can now take videos in the app, not like screen record and then cut it. Just in the AR feature, you can now take like videos as well, which is.
I'm wondering that if this also has to do with what David was talking about, how they kind of fell a little bit behind with like how AR tech has kind of gotten a little bit better, but they were still using some like older AR version or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if this has to do with them upgrading that as well. I didn't actually watch the full video that they released. I don't know if they mentioned it in that, but either way, it looks like it's a lot
it's
better.
way better. Yeah. And Vivi is just commenting here on X. Stay tuned for more information on the comic. So obviously the Captain America one is the comic they are talking about. So yeah, I mean, I haven't seen more info yet, but it's also, is it on the 23rd or 27th of July?
23rd at 11 a.m. ET.
Okay.
Now, here's a question for the comic guys, because I haven't gone for a comic in quite a while. Are they still dropping the exclusive covers? Because I would love to know if they're going to do exclusives.
We don't know yet, I guess.
But have they still been dropping them? Is the first question.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
that would be.
Yeah, 3 to 5K run would be insane. 100% agreeing on that. Because just think about it. If the run was 3 to 5K, it would be like probably less than 100 secret rare covers of that comic. And that, I mean, they have to give it the same amount of the same print run as like the Amazing Fantasy 15, I think.
I would hope. I'm definitely gonna go for this because I try to collect all like the major comics. But I remember like when I first started buying comics on VV, I was always very excited about, and I'm saying this having sold off all my exclusive covers, but I was always very interested in the fact that they were dropping exclusives for the very big comics. And I think that's something that people kind of still need to catch up on. Maybe not for people who have been here, but for people who are learning about the platform. I think that could be pretty big in the future. But because doesn't AF15 have exclusives?
Yeah,
I think that one. Yeah,
I think so.
That's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I told the story a couple of times, but one of my best friends got like the secret rare on drop. That lucky bastard.
But the secret rare is an exclusive. That one is.
Yeah. I think the ultra rare
and the rare.
Yeah. Rob says 20 gems, 10K editions. I guess we will see, guys. I think we have to stay a little bit more on the sidelines here before we get more info on that comic. But yeah, that will be a big.
That is a good point, though. There probably is going to be a higher price point for this one.
Yeah, I hope so. Wasn't the AF15 also $20? I think so.
Can't fully remember, but yeah, it was more than the.
Yeah,
a normal price.
I mean, it would be so sorry to interrupt there, but it would be so great to see like big NFT news like we had on Panini, so that we maybe have like a real big sale of that comic that gets like into the NFT space overall, like the Lamil Yamal for 210K on Panini or stuff like that, because that comic definitely has like the chance to be like a really big hit.
It does, but I don't think the comic space is in the same. It's not in the same space as the trading card. Like the reason Panini's going off right now is because of two things: the World Cup, that's the number one thing, but then also it's the high price points that the cards are selling at that they're able to advertise.
Yeah, and I mean, soccer also is like way bigger vertical than comics, I would guess.
I heard, I don't know if this is true, but I heard that the number of people watching the World Cup was reported to be over 2 billion people. That is insane.
Yeah, that's definitely insane. Is Canada still in?
Canada lost, unfortunately, yesterday. And they really screwed that up because Canada played on 4th of July and then the US played on Canada Day.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like it should have been the other way around.
Yeah.
But no, they unfortunately lost to, I think it was Morocco. So
I mean, don't talk about me as a German guy about like unfortunate loss. Like the Germans were so bad this year again. Like honestly.
But what was kind of cool is Ronaldo came to Toronto for like the first time, and I don't even know if he's been here in how long or when he was here, but he was in Toronto, and then he just now announced that he might be playing his last World Cup. So that was kind of cool to see. But yeah. Anyways, any World Cup fans in the chat? How have you guys been enjoying the experience so far?
I mean, I don't even watch it anymore now that Germany is out of the tournament. I will probably just watch like the finals, maybe the quarterfinals.
I love watching the videos of all the Europeans coming over and then like experiencing something Western for the first time. So like I've seen a lot of the Bass Pro Shop videos of people walking into a Bass Pro Shop for the first time, like a big fishing store with all like the tackle gear and stuff. And they're like massive stores. So they're Buc-ee's is another one, the convenience store. People are surprised by how big the Buc-ee's are. They're like little mini grocery stores. The other one that I saw, this was kind of funny. apparently none of the Europeans are tipping or like tipping the way that like the tipping standard is in the West, which
What
is
is
like
the
15.
tipping standard in the
It's like
West?
15-20%. It depends on where
Okay.
you go, but it's stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah. Okay.
And apparently restaurants are now starting to add a 20%
Oh yeah.
gratuity fee on top.
Mhm, mhm.
So bad, but yeah, those videos are pretty funny to see.
When I've been to Milan like last summer, that was also like we've ate at a restaurant and it was like 20% on top just right away.
Yeah, it's never really made sense, but it's pretty bad. Yeah, even like where I am in Niagara Falls, it's so bad for this. You will sit down at a restaurant and you'll pay your bill, and there will be a miscellaneous charge on your bill, and you'll ask the server like, "What is this?" And they'll have no explanation. And it's the restaurant just charging extra for tourists, and they just get away with it. So you
Yeah.
can literally ask the server, take that off the bill, and they'll go back and take it off the bill. It's that bad.
Okay. Okay,
It's
but I
that
mean,
bad.
most of the people will probably not say that, so they definitely get away with that.
I keep seeing the comments from all the Europeans being like, "Well, why don't you just pay your employees?"
Yeah.
It's so true. It's so
Yeah.
true. We got Zombie in the chat. What up, brother? Biggest bro came over to my chat.
It's fine. It's fine.
And we
I
got
think
Frank.
we have to go to the next post here, or at least
Yeah.
discuss that one, because it's like roughly 5 minutes until our guest pops in.
This is our last post, actually, I think. So we have Star Trek Discovery digital collectibles are coming to VV. From the iconic USS Discovery to legendary vessels and symbols that shape the galaxy, this collection celebrates the conflict, exploration, and ambition at the heart of the Discovery era. Set your course for a new mission. Now, I don't know too much about these ships, but I was hearing Biggest Bro talk about it. And this is apparently one of, or if not the most significant ship, the Discovery.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows about that ship, don't? Yeah, I mean, I have no clue about the franchise overall, but I've seen that ship.
Vulcan Cruiser. I don't think I've ever seen this one. Klingon. Know that from Big Bang Theory. Beacon of Callus. I think that's said. But anyways, more ships coming.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
Hinano probably went ham.
Yeah, he's probably excited. And then there's also just a quick new unboxing experience on the app. I would think this might be something a little bit more temporary, but it boosts the experience. Get some little confetti afterwards too.
Guys, what do you think about the unboxing experience here? Let us know. We would like to hear your takes on it.
That wasn't even playing. Do you have any other posts you want to cover though before?
Not really. I mean, we could wait a sec. We could take a quick look at Stickerverse. Do we still have that site open?
I do. We have not taken a look at this. The unboxing experience is a nice start. Yeah, it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I think so. Too. I mean, there's definitely lots of room for improvement, but at least we have an unboxing experience for now, guys. I mean, I still love the unboxing experiences on Digitoys. Those are amazing.
They're the ones leading the space with that right now. Yeah. And apparently, what I'm hearing is that their new sticker unboxing is apparently even better. So, oh wait, I'm on the wrong tab. It's this one. So because I'm on a computer, it's going to be like a small little tab. Maybe I should go full screen for this. It's a little better. But this is, I haven't bought any stickers, to be honest, guys. But this is what it looks like. It's like a little mini app within Telegram. Get your gems there, crafting. Burning is coming soon, earning is coming soon, leaderboard.
Do we know anyone on the... Oh, no.
It would be better to show their profile photos, but
Yeah.
I know this name.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I haven't bought any either because I'm not the biggest Telegram user, to be fair. So...
I'm really debating on whether I should speak my mind about this or whether we should just wait for the next show, because I know our guest is going to be popping in here.
Yeah, probably.
This is what the profile page looks like.
And I find, like, should we, guys, did you guys also hear that some people could use like the stickers without buying them because someone else send it to them? Let us quickly know in the chat here.
But this is, yeah, I saw some people post and screenshots about that.
Yeah.
But for those who, just to give a little bit of a background on today's guest, Jan, you can probably explain this a little better than I can, but we're going to be covering, this platform here called CreateScene, which, I mean, I guess best way of describing it is it's kind of like a social hub for artists, right?
Yes, and creative people overall. But guys, I would say I make a quick introduction and then we bring our guest on. Because our guest today is a British pop artist and the founder of the creative therapy movement Art is the Cure, and also co-founder of CreateScene, the social hub or the social platform built for creatives all over the world. So guys, let's welcome Rich Simmons.
Let's connect. Be on the top.
How's it going, guys?
Welcome.
How's it going, Rich?
Good. How are you guys?
Oh, thanks. Awesome. I mean, we want to go deep into the platform itself later with you because, like, it's a lot to discover on the platform. So we thought like the best way of doing so would be like you guiding us a little bit through like the main pages, so like that our viewers can understand the platform correctly. And first of all, congratulations on winning one of the startup contests there in the UK. Like it was two or 3 weeks ago, I guess.
Yeah, we won Creative Startup of the Year for the southeast of the UK. They have a whole startup award scheme in the UK, and they have 8 different regions. So we won the southeast. I'm based down in Brighton on the south coast of the UK. We now go through to Ideas Fest, which is a big entrepreneurial ideas creative investment festival in September, where we could end up winning the national award. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, it's been a lot of work to build CreateScene over the last few years. I made a lot of promises when I did NFTs, talking about that I was going to build something and invest into the space, into creativity. And I did. And all of that hard work is now starting to pay off, and people are starting to realize exactly what we've built. And I think it's quite special and could be a game changer for the creative industry.
Yeah, awesome to hear that. And honestly, what a great achievement, winning like the national thing there. And I guess you will. I hope that you guys will win the overall thing. That would be pretty cool. But there's also probably some kind of prize money to no.
I don't think there's prize money. I think it's the validation, the peer judged respect, because it's judged by other people within creative industry, within entrepreneurial landscape. So the credibility that you would get, then go on and speak to investors, to show it to other people in the space, to hopefully make them go, wow, they're building something that's getting national recognition.
Yeah.
We should probably take notice of what they're building now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Fair. But before we dive in too deep, like give us like a overview. Who are you, and what like made you found such a creative hub here?
Yeah, so I am an artist. That's my main thing. I've been an artist since as long as I can remember. I've been exhibiting in galleries since 2011. So 15 years as an artist. I've had over 30 gallery shows around the world, in I think 18 different cities. So I've been having success as an artist for a long time. I've kind of developed my own style of kind of pop art meets street art meets comic book art. So if you think of Banksy meets maybe Roy Lichtenstein or Andy Warhol meets Jack Kirby. So I love the illustration. I love comic books. I love the storytelling. I love stencils. I love the engineering of figuring out how that works. I love street art and graffiti. So the immediacy of spray paint, the vibrancy of color, the ability to tell stories. That's just everything I love about creativity and art. I found my jam, and I've been able to travel the world with it. Got into NFTs during lockdown. Obviously, the world changed, galleries closed, other avenues and opportunities opened up. So I thought, let's explore this new venture. And I realized very early that the way that I build stencils is multiple layers. It's figuring out the background colors all the way to that black layer on top that ties it all together and makes it look like kind of a comic book style piece of artwork. But obviously it's all hand cut stencils and spray paint. But I have to figure that out before I even start, because you need to know where the shapes go to know where to line it all up. So there's a lot of engineering I do in Photoshop early on to figure out colors and everything. And that's basically what NFTs was. It was figuring out what the color layers were to figure out how to do a configurable generative collection where you could have tens of thousands of variations of pieces, where you just switch out the lenses from the Mona Lisa to a Keith Haring to an Andy Warhol, and all of a sudden it's a different piece. Then you can do different skin tones, hair colors, lips, fingernails, all the different things. So I was already doing that in the art anyway. And when the opportunity came to explore NFTs, I already had artwork that I wanted to do that celebrated art. That was my main goal, is how do I get people in the NFT space to be excited about art and art history and who came before us? How do I get people that have never heard of, I know it sounds weird to say, but who have never heard of Leonardo da Vinci, who have never heard of Andy Warhol? I wanted to be that artist that would bring art to the space. So I did this piece called Reflections, where it was a girl with the sunglasses. And I've done this all over the world. I've done it as massive pieces of street art. I've done it as canvases and prints. So I thought this would be the right piece where I can switch out the lenses, celebrate artists, try and get people to be excited. Because if they pulled a Warhol, or if they pulled a Keith Haring and they didn't know who that artist was, well, now you get to go and celebrate and explore and go down that avenue. And the amount of people around the world that pulled a random piece and thought, I've never heard of this artist, I'm going to go research it. And they've gone to museums and they've gone to galleries and they've bought books, and it's brought them and their families into the world of art a lot more, and realized what goes into a piece of artwork that a lot of artists I don't think were doing in the NFT space. They weren't putting enough care into the composition, the color, the story, the narrative. And coming from that physical art world, that's what I wanted to do. And then I wanted to find a way to kind of unite the physical art world with digital. So as part of the first collection, I said, look, 10 people from this collection are going to win a painting. You're going to get a physical canvas. So I gave away 10 paintings and a whole bunch of prints. It was over $100,000 worth of artwork that I gave away to people within that collection. I was nominated as one of the artists at NYC NFT, Artist of the Year and Young
Oh,
Artist.
nice. Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah,
went
wow.
out to New York for that. I had a gallery in New York. So I had an exhibition that combined physical and digital. And I invited physical collectors, NFT collectors, all into one room. Where
Nice.
they could,
Merging the communities, right?
engaging
So-
conversations, getting people to talk about the power of art, the power of the potential of digital, about the opportunities across both sides of the spectrum. I mean, if you imagine a Venn diagram, in the early days of NFTs, there was a very, very thin crossover. You had the NFT people here and you had the art people here, and they didn't see eye to eye. And I've tried to be one of those artists that brings it together and creates a bigger overlap in the middle. And I think I did that successfully. I've been people all over the world have got excited about art and prints and paintings and art history on the back of that collection.
Mm-hmm.
So I love everything you said there, and especially just trying to merge physical with digital, introducing people to new artists that they've never heard of. That's something that both Jan and I can relate to a lot as well. I'm really curious. So you mentioned you've traveled to, I think it was 16 cities, you said?
I think around 18 different cities around
18?
the world. Yeah.
Do you find that that your experience, or I guess maybe the way that people perceive your art or NFTs in general, do you find that kind of varies a lot depending on where you are?
Yeah, I mean, art is different everywhere in the world you go. The best example I can give for that, especially coming from the physical art world, is I grew up in London. That's where I had a lot of my early shows. The London art scene is a lot more open-minded to color, to things like diamond dust, gold leaf, resin finishes. It's a much more forward-thinking, open-minded landscape. Go over to New York, and a lot of the collectors in New York collected Warhols and Basquiat's and Harings. So a lot of their collection is based in print and it's matte finishes. So New York collectors don't like shiny things, because if you want to fit into one of their collections, it has to be a matte finish. There's certain colors that work better in certain parts of the world. So New York especially is very patriotic. It's reds, whites, blues, blacks. That's what worked in New York. Over in London, I can do golds and pinks and holographics and things like that. You go to Asia, and certain pieces that I've done, Superman kissing Batman, for example, which is a piece that I did that went viral. I can't do that in Asia because the cultural, I guess, stigma around it is still there. So even though people will look at it and see it as a conversation piece and maybe laugh about it and open up some dialogues, they won't hang it at home. So certain pieces will work better in certain parts of the world, certain colors, certain finishes. And it's a case of, I guess, bringing in other artists and realizing that there is a psychology to this. There is a whole business to this. Just because, I go into schools and I teach business and art and things like that. And I say, just because you have a really good selling t-shirt in the UK, maybe you sell thousands of red t-shirts over here with a certain design on, and you think, great, I'm going to expand over to the New York market or to LA or somewhere like that and do a drop. And you go and take 1,000 red t-shirts to that city, but no one wears red t-shirts, you're not going to sell any.
Yeah.
So maybe go to that city and explore it and learn from people that already work there and realize maybe everyone in New York wears blue. So maybe print that same design on a blue t-shirt and you'll sell just as many in New York. But that's the psychology. That's the entrepreneurial side that I think a lot of artists miss, and a lot of people in space miss, is cultures and cities and everything have got different wants and needs. So you have to think 3 steps ahead. You have to play it like a game of chess. You have to know where someone's going to move to know how to get a checkmate.
Now, did you develop that from experience though, or is that something you kind of picked up right away?
Oh yeah. So I had a successful show in London, and it was all resin finished because it was all superhero themed. This is 2014. I did a show called Kryptonite in London. Everything had a resin finish because the gallery said, look, we've seen a big surge in sales with a resin finish. So we would love for you to do that with your work, make it really glossy and shiny and resin finish. And I was starting to get opportunities in New York, and galleries were starting to take notice. And one gallery said, hey, can we take a few pieces and we'll test it out? So I did 5 pieces, very similar to what I did in the London show, did a resin finish on it, packed them up, shipped them to New York. They wouldn't even hang them.
Okay, because it's not the style of the New York collectors.
Why would they hang artwork that they know they can't sell? So they said, we'll ship it back to you, redo the pieces, and don't put resin on, and we'll hang them. So I had to spend a lot of money shipping the artwork there and back, redoing 5 pieces, not putting a resin finish on it, sending it back there, and they sold. I didn't do the research back then to think, well, I've sold a bunch of them in London, so New York must like this kind of stuff. So I've learned the hard way. I've made the mistakes, I've adapted, I've learned, and then I've applied that to other things.
And how would you say, like, I would guess, like, in the creative space, and when you look at other artists, etc., most of them, just my 2 cents, I'm not sure, you correct me if I'm wrong here, I would say most of them are artists first and businessmen, women second. And as you have explained it, it's pretty important to have a feel for different markets, etc. Like, how would you describe, like, CreateScene helping those people out through connections, or what is, like, the reason behind?
So yeah, to answer the first bit, most artists are just artists. They don't care about the business side of things. They just want to be able to make art, and that's their passion, and that's what they're good at. But you need to be able to sell the stuff to be able to keep making it. You need to pay your rent. You have to buy food. You have to buy canvases and paint. So you have to treat it as a business as well. You have to have that part of it. A lot of people will go out and they might find a business partner or an agent and spend money on them to handle that. I've tried to do it all myself. I started my first business when I was 19 and I'm 40 now. So I've been doing this over half of my life, and I've had to learn the business and the art. And this is one of the things I've learned, is traveling around the world and working not just in the art space, but doing fashion, doing music, doing other things that I've had in my career, coming into the NFT space and realizing, well, if I want to do an animation NFT, where do I find an animator? How do I add music to that? Where do I find these people to collaborate with? And you start to realize that not only are creatives kind of in their own little tribes, you've got musicians on a platform over there. You want to find a designer, it's on that platform over there. You want to find someone and reach out on Instagram or a platform like that. No one sees your story because the algorithms aren't designed for that kind of thing, and they disappear quickly. And 1% of your following might see a story, and 1% of people that see that might know an animator, but it's difficult. You're fighting against the tide of algorithms, against the tide of creative scenes separating and spreading out further and further apart. So the idea of collaboration becomes harder because it's more difficult to find people, it's more difficult to reach out. But collaboration is exactly what we need to be doing more of. That's what ties the creative scenes together. If you're not creative, let's say you're booking a wedding, as a random example, you need to find a wedding cake designer. You need to find someone to design your dress, a florist, an illustrator to do the invites, a photographer, a videographer, someone to teach you how to do the first dance, a DJ, a musician. All of a sudden, you've got 10 different creative people to find, and they're all over the place. All of those people deserve opportunities to work. All those people deserve opportunities to earn. And maybe a wedding photographer isn't making viral worthy content for Snapchat or for TikTok or for Instagram or whatever it is. So they're not getting the push or the reach that someone that is willing to pose in a bikini might get. But those people deserve to earn. And then you look at the rise of AI, and that's putting a lot of people out of work. That's displacing a lot of creative people. So there's going to be a whole rise of freelancing. More and more people will need a creative side hustle. And that's going to be prominent as well because the cost of living is going up, but wages aren't going up. So people might have a regular job and a side hustle on the weekend. So where are these people going to find opportunities? Where are these people going to connect? Where is the person that isn't creative going to go and find the photographer, the videographer, the florist, and everything else? I mean, you've got platforms. There's one in the UK called Checker Trade, which is where you would go to find a plumber or an electrician or something like that. So non-creative people or non-tradey people will go to that website to find them.
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn isn't the best platform for creatives.
Sure.
It doesn't have the tools to be able to search different creative scenes, to be able to encourage, I need a photographer. Okay, well, is it a wedding photographer? Is it a music photographer? Is it someone that does close-ups of insects? Is it someone that takes pictures of stars? You're not going to ask someone that can take micro photos of insects to come and do your wedding photography.
Yeah, probably not.
All of a sudden, you need a photographer. That then gets broken down into all of these different subcategories.
Mm-hmm.
So if a model wants to find a photographer that does a particular kind of photography, they need to be able to find each other much easier. There's properties for platforms for property. You want to find a place with a swimming pool and a bungalow within 3 miles of a school or a train station. Those directories are there to find property. So why wasn't it there for creative people?
Mm-hmm.
Why did that not exist? To be able to make it easier to find a photographer of a certain category that can work, and then you can book them, and then at the same time go back into the networking, find the florist, see their availability and book them, and then connect those two and say, hey, you're both working the same project, let's work as a team. That's what the creative industry needs. That's what
from one place. Yeah,
that's what I built. And I said when I started the NFT project, because this has been an idea for years, I've seen this problem very early on, and I've seen it getting worse and worse for creatives, losing reach, losing connections, losing opportunities, and not knowing how to build a career, not knowing how to build a business. It's incredibly expensive and difficult to build a business as a creative, right? You need a website, which a lot of people don't know how to build a website. So there's the costs of that, hosting it, SEO, getting a graphic designer or a web designer to build it, and then building a social media presence, listing yourself you have to build yourself as a brand. So you need to look at art, you need to have videos, content. There's so many different jobs that go into it. And it's all of a sudden very difficult for people to go, there's no linear roadmap to go, well, I need to go from here to earning. Where's one platform that I can just do everything in one place?
Yeah.
I have to go and build a thing on Wix or Squarespace, and then I have to hire that person and this person. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. And it just becomes a massive roadblock. And then people don't pursue creativity.
Mm-hmm.
So buy it, do everything in one platform, customizable profile, booking tools, marketplace, networking, timeline to share it, communities, all in one place. That's what we've got.
So let's come back to the AI stuff in a moment, because I do want to talk about that. But you mentioned at the beginning that you really enjoy the process, right? Like the engineering part of it, putting the puzzle together.
Mm-hmm.
Putting the puzzle together is different when you're creating something physical versus an NFT collection. Yep. So I guess 2-part question here. First part would be, do you prefer either one? And what exactly is your favorite part of that process? Because like I'm a very creative guy, and I know there's certain parts of the process that you you enjoy more than others. There's even some parts that you might not even like, but you have to do them to get to the end result.
Yep.
So yeah, like what would you like the most, and also I guess maybe dislike the most?
I mean, a lot of creatives will agree with this. I think I love using my hands, so I love holding a scalpel and cutting stencils. That's something I love. It gives me that tangible, almost meditative state where I can relax, I can zone out. I've got something I can physically do, and I can see the labor of my skill going into something. So being able to cut things, being able to draw, being able to hold a spray paint can and paint something and see a canvas at the end of it, that's all very tactile and necessary for me. But at the end of the day, it's also about how you impact people. And there's different ways to create an impact in someone. And that's telling stories in different ways. And if an NFT project can inspire and influence people all over the world in a much easier way than, put it this way, if I cut one stencil, I can maybe spray it a handful of times and get 3 or 4 canvases, each one a different color, and then it's done. That maybe is too expensive for most people. Most people can't afford a 10 grand canvas. But an NFT, where there's several thousand of them, can reach people all over the world and have a similar impact, where they're inspired, where there's a story, where there's a narrative, where there's a connection, where you're building a community, where you're building collectors and fans and having an impact and being able to excite people about art. That's just as exciting for me. So I think there's things I love on both sides of it. But at the end of the day, the thing I love the most is inspiring people. That's why I do my Art as the Cure project. That's why I built CreateScene. I didn't need to build CreateScene. I didn't need to spend hundreds of thousands of pounds building an entire social networking platform. I could have just kept doing my artwork and been selfish and thought, I've got collectors, I can keep making art, I can keep traveling the world doing gallery shows. Maybe there's a bigger impact here where legacy comes in. Maybe it's less important to be known as the best artist in the world or the biggest auction price or the most gallery shows or the most painting sales. Maybe a better impact is inspiring the most amount of people. What's the biggest reach I can have? An NFT gave me a big reach because instead of one or two paintings, I was able to reach thousands of people with NFTs. And now with CreateScene, maybe I can reach millions of people and give them a platform and an opportunity to connect and grow and get inspired and build their own careers.
That's exactly what it's about now, though. It's attention. It's because of like there's just so many things that are grabbing people's attention. It's like you're now seeing professional athletes go into streaming, and so to your point about how everyone has to earn, it's like I lost my train of thought there.
Well, but we're all seeking connection as well. These people want to connect to their fans in new ways. They want to build opportunities in new ways. An athlete could break their back doing something and never be able to do that sport again. But they could still build a community. They could still build a brand. They could still sell merchandise. So being able to reach people in new ways and have attention on what you're building is becoming more prominent. But it's more and more difficult to find that. It's more and more difficult to find those connections, to build those networks, to do that kind of stuff as a young artist. Celebrities and athletes might already have that platform that they can tap into, ready-made audiences. My thing is, what about that 18-year-old that's just left college that doesn't know how to go from here to having a successful career? What are the tools that 18-year-old needs to get inspired, to build something, to start building a community and a fan base, learn their craft, and then be able to monetize it? That's a more important roadmap for me, is how you get the next generation and then the generation after that. How does CreateScene become synonymous in the same way that LinkedIn has become synonymous with business, in the same way that Instagram has become synonymous with sharing content? What's the platform that's going to allow future generations of creative talent to build audiences, to earn, to make a living, and have a clear roadmap to go, well, maybe I don't go to university. Maybe I build a CreateScene profile and start freelancing and start earning. That's, I think, has been a massive thing that's been missing. There's a big black hole in the middle of the creative industry. I kind of describe it as you've got lots of little islands that are doing their own thing. You've got the musicians, the creatives, the dancers, the whatever. There needs to be a central hub for all of these different people to come into and network and collaborate. And maybe CreateScene is the bridge builder that the creative industry needs to connect all of these different creative scenes into one central spoke.
So the whole focus is more on actually creating art and creating joy for other people than all the little things you have to do on the sides, right?
Well, I think CreateScene is the tool that facilitates people earning. It facilitates the networking, it facilitates the connections, the ability to market yourself, customize your profile, get booked, sell merchandise, whatever that is, whether it's a print or a t-shirt or a guitar or a skateboard, whatever it is that creative does, they want to monetize, that they want to reach out to their audience and grow and be able to earn from their creativity. Those are the tools that are missing. The inspiration and the creativity isn't lacking. It's the tools to be able to connect with an audience and monetize from that. That's what we need.
I think it's the distribution. Because you can, I mean, I think there's an argument that you can you can be creative. You can post it to any one of these platforms. You can earn a certain number of followers. You can make a living off of that. I think the point I was trying to get to before was you can be super creative, but you have to get it in front of the right people. And like I always think of like older companies about this, because if you look at like all these tech companies like Google, Snapchat, Microsoft, Facebook, Instagram, all of them have the ability to send an update to their user base. Tesla, and snap of a finger. I saw a post the other day of some dude who had like a 9-year-old Tesla, and it got a new update as he was sleeping, and the car was upgraded. If you compare all those companies to other companies you see everywhere as well, like a McDonald's, or like here over in the West, like Subway, something like that. All of those companies are a fraction of the value. And some of them have actually been around for longer. Like McDonald's has been around longer than Google. But Google is worth how many times more because of that ability to send the update via a button. And McDonald's has served billions of people, but they can't do that. They have what, couple million people on social media. Same with Coca-Cola, actually. Their X account has like 1 million and something followers, but they're spending how many billions of dollars on advertising to put their cans on this sign and that billboard. So I think there's an argument that like you kind of have to build the following in order to get your art in front of the people. So I think what's lacking is the education part, because like when I was in school and I dropped out of university, when I went to my parents and said that, they were not about it, right? Because it was a lot more common for them. And my mom was also a teacher, but it was a lot more common then to stay in school, at least finish, graduate, and then pursue whatever you want to do afterwards. Now it's becoming more common for people to not even do the university part and just hop right into, like, there's TikTok programs out there and like Instagram training programs and content houses that people go to try and make content together and start their following that way. It's becoming more common. So I think it's like a timing thing and an education thing.
Yeah, that's what young artists and young creatives need is these are the tools and these are the skill sets you need to have some level of success as a creative. You need to have some level of business acumen. You need to be able to market yourself. You need to be able to build yourself a brand and get noticed by people. So all of these things are important, but then it's putting these people on a stage where people that aren't necessarily creative can find them. That's what Google and these platforms are so good at, is they give you access to find the thing you need. What CreateScene is trying to do is build a stage for these people that are talented, that need an audience. How do we provide an audience to them that want to book them, that want to be a fan, that want to get inspired, that want to earn from them, that want to have them work on their project? That's what we need, is a stage for these creative people to have an audience for.
A niche, yeah.
Before we take a closer look at CreateScene itself, you've mentioned the term brand a couple of times now. And I would be personally interested in what were like the biggest milestones of your own brand building? Because I guess in 2011, there was some kind of wedding mural that put you like in front of a larger audience, I would guess. Give us a little bit overview of your brand building.
Yeah, so to your point, in 2011, it was in the build up to the royal wedding, and a lot of people were talking about Will and Kate. And I've always been of the kind of punk rock mentality, that do-it-yourself punk mentality. So when I was younger, I was in bands and I used to book my own shows, and I would have T-shirts that I would sell at the back, and I would paint a banner, and I would book my friends' bands to come and play, and I would sell the tickets and design it and everything. So is that always that DIY mentality to build something? And I think that kind of disruptive mindset that I had is I want to make people laugh. I want to make people shocked. I want to get people's attention. How do I do that? And the best artist, Banksy, is the perfect example for that. Is he can tell a story instantly. He can shock people. He can inspire people. He can make people stop in their tracks. So how do I do something? How do I learn from someone like Banksy and do something for myself that is my own personal sense of humor and mentality? So what would be the biggest juxtaposition of seeing the royal family? And that would be seeing them dressed up like punks in fishnets and denim, Who was the most iconic punks? Probably the Sex Pistols, historically. So take that iconic Jamie Reed photo of Sid and Nancy and flip it out and put Will and Kate in there. And project that into the world and do that in a place that's going to get a lot of people stopping, a lot of people talking, a lot of people questioning, what does it mean to be someone in the royal family? What does it mean to be a punk? What does it mean? Why are they different from someone like me? And also, it's funny, all right? People are going to stop and laugh at that because it is a ridiculous image, seeing Will and Kate dressed up as Sid and Nancy. So I did it at South Bank Skate Park, which gets a lot of foot traffic. It's a legal graffiti zone in the UK and London. By the end of the day, I had BBC TV, I had a Japanese TV crew, I had 6 paparazzi. And before I knew it, it had gone around the world because it was the right piece at the right time. I picked a topic that was going to be in the press, something that would stop people, something that would make people laugh, something that was disruptive, funny, punk, sarcastic storytelling. And that became the thing that really excited me, because if I can use my sense of humor and use my storytelling ability, combine that with my ability to make art, then I can put that out into the world. There you go. There's the piece. So that was painted at South Bank in one day. And the next day I had major galleries emailing me saying, can we talk? Who are you? I came from nowhere. I never put my name to street art. I would go out and I would do pieces all the time, but it was learning my craft. And if I didn't think it was good enough, I didn't think it was funny enough, I would do it, learn how to put a stencil on the wall, learn how to paint it, learn how to deal with people coming up to you going, who are you? What are you doing? This is the first time I put my name to something and thought, how do I get this out there? So learning from the music promotion, how do you promote it? Well, contact the press, tell them there's going to be a piece of street art about Will and Kate. Tell your friends. Tell them on social media, I'm going to be doing this. Come down and hang out and watch me paint this. And on the back of that, I got into Opera Gallery, which is one of the biggest galleries in the world. I got offered a role in a TV show which explored how other people celebrated the royal wedding.
Okay.
So within a few months of no one ever heard of me, I'm now in one of the biggest galleries in London, hanging next to Banksy, and I'm on TV.
How was that for you? Because I guess you probably didn't see that coming that fast.
No, it's lightning in a bottle. It's the right piece at the right time with the right strategy, and it all worked. And I think
it's though. Do you think that that's part of the educational part that I was saying though? Because let's say you put all the right tools in front of somebody's hands. If they don't have the experience, they're not going to use the tools properly or know how to do any of the stuff you just mentioned there, right?
Yeah, but this was me being an entrepreneur for multiple years. It was working
experience.
within music. It was working within art, working within design, working for a graffiti company, doing promotion, doing marketing, doing all of these different things led up to that point where I now had all of the tools available to do something and put my name out there. And I got lucky. It was the first piece that I did on a big stage, and it got me opportunities. And I've run with it, and I've now had a career in art for 15 years on the back of that. But it took years of learning and failing and making mistakes and living in a warehouse that didn't have heating or hot water for years. It was years of doing jobs for graffiti companies, painting people's bedrooms and painting the back of t-shirts for banks outside their openings and things. The things that people don't see led me to be an overnight success.
Right.
But it was those years of learning the tools and educating myself, and saying yes to opportunities and not necessarily failing, but making mistakes, learning from them. Don't do this, do that. How do I get a bigger impact? That's what more creatives need to do, is don't assume that you can do one piece and have success. Go out and hustle and learn and build your tribe and build your community and figure it out and make mistakes and say yes to things that you might not want to do, but it'll keep your bills paid for another month to give you more time to learn. It'll buy you more paint to experiment with, because not every painting is going to be good. You're going to do a lot of bad art until you figure out how to make good art. You're going to figure out different things on that journey that's going to make you have success in a certain area. So it was learning. This is the thing that got me attention. It was being sarcastic. It was being a storyteller. It was being a bit cheeky. It was being a bit punk. It was doing stencils that were different from everyone else. It was elevating my own skill sets that got me noticed, and then I ran with it. But that gallery wanted me to be baby Banksy. They just kept saying, do another piece that will get into the press. Do what Banksy would do. And I was exploring pop art and I was exploring art history and going, well, how can I take stencils in this direction and create something different, and presenting it to them and them saying, we have no interest in that. But me believing that that style could lead somewhere, and me saying, okay, I'm going to leave the biggest gallery in London and go to that small independent gallery and do a solo show and prove myself. It was betting on myself and betting on what I was building that was different, that made me stand out, that made me original. I mean, you see so many artists that go, what's Banksy doing? I'll copy that. He does stencils in this style and he does this sense of humor. I'll copy that. But then it's always fake Banksy. Is this Banksy? Is this a crappy version of a Banksy? It's never, this is this new artist. If I go and do a piece on the street, people know it's me. And I think that's what more artists need to do is, you look at certain artists and you go, they figured out that style first. They've nailed that. They've nailed that. They found their lane and they've run with it. So that's what I did, is I found my lane and I found my personality and my voice and I backed it.
Nice.
Yeah. Totally makes sense. Like, I mean, if you try to be someone else, it's, as you said, it's always like the worst version of the original. So I think it's great to
become a parody of someone else.
Yeah, 100%. Is that like the Superman kissing Batman? Is that also like the same intention, like the mural, like being provocative and being like, people were like, huh, okay, I see that kind of style, and it's like you have to look at it. You have to kind of look at it.
Well, it took me 2 gallery shows. I knew I wanted to do that piece 2 years before I did it, because I knew that I needed to build some level of trust with art collectors, that I could tell a story, that I could cut a good stencil, that I could create a good painting, that I could sell at a certain price point, that I was worthy of having these gallery shows, that I could put emotional content into it. If I just came out with this piece straight away, maybe it would have had success, but I think people needed to trust that this artist knows what he's talking about. We trust that he's making a good point. We trust that it's executed well, and then people will run with it. Banksy has been doing this for years, so people trust him. If he does something controversial, he's got a lot of credit in the bank that he's a good social commentator. Yeah. If some random person goes out and does a very politically charged piece and no one's ever heard of them, it doesn't have the same impact as someone that people trust to be a voice, to be a storyteller. So it took me 2 gallery shows, 2012 and 2013. I had 2 solo shows to get to the Kryptonite gallery show where I did Superman and Batman. And that piece, I wanted to make people not so much question sexuality and the legality around gay marriage and gay equality in the world. It was more about people judging people on their actions. So Superman and Batman are heroes. Should we not judge them on the fact that they're putting their lives at risk to go out and save people's lives and help people, rather than who they go home to and choose to love? And what's more important to judge someone on here? I would rather judge someone on the fact that they're a hero than who they choose to love. That's not a factor. Who you choose to love is still love. It's still a positive thing that more people should do in the world. But putting these 2 heroes together makes you question that. It breaks down certain mental barriers of, why are these 2 guys kissing, to why are Batman and Superman kissing? Why are they? What should I be thinking here? Should I be judging them because they're gay, or have they earned the right to love whoever they want to love because they've done enough good things to help people? Yeah. Makes sense. That piece, again, went around the world. I got a lot of love for that. I had people, I had a lot of gay couples tell me that at their wedding, they put Superman and Batman action figures on top of their wedding cake.
Okay.
I think it's incredible that this punk artist in London that's just doing this in his studio to try and make people laugh and question things,
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden people around the world are having a relationship with this artwork, and that's the power of art. Is a story can travel the world, and someone with one ideology is going to have a different impact on that piece from a completely different mindset. Someone in Asia is going to have a completely different relationship to that, to someone in London who's marrying their partner.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a super interesting thing, the power of art. There's actually a really interesting quote. It was Queen Victoria said that artists are the most dangerous people in society because they can blend in with every group.
Mm.
Like, I've got rock stars that buy my work. I've met billionaires. I've met politicians. I've met royalty. And I've met people just off the street. I do workshops in schools. I've worked with cancer patients to do artwork. And
This is art is the cure, right?
art is the cure. I mean, but combined with the art career, with art is the cure, I've had access to a lot of very interesting people across the whole spectrum of society. But it's the art that allows me to get in front of these different people in different ways and be able to have an impact. That's the power of art.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Walk us a little bit through like the homepage of CreateScene here, so that our viewers get a better understanding, because we've talked a lot about it, and let's go through it here a little bit.
Yeah, so what you're on now is the dashboard. And this is something we wanted to build that other social networks don't have, where you can see everything in one place. You can monitor the latest posts, the content, the things about you, your stats, how many things you've posted, who's been reacting recently. Then in the middle column, we've got the Get Inspired. So that's where you can go and monitor the different feeds. So instead of just one feed like you would get on Twitter or Instagram, we've built one which is called the Stage. I mentioned that earlier. People need an audience to be able to share their content to their fans, to their audience. So we called our feed the Stage. But then also, if you've got thousands and thousands of people and you just want to see your top friends, you just want to see the few people that are your best friends and see what they've been posting recently, we built the Inner Circle. So you can select your top friends, and that filters it into one feed just for those top friends. So you're not having to sift through thousands of people's posts. And then we've got a scenes feed. So when you sign up, the idea is that you would list the scenes that you're into. So for example, if you're just using this to matchmake with other people, you're just a creative person and you have a favorite music genre and you have a favorite art form and you want to meet other people that skateboard, for example, you can tick those scenes, and then you can become part of those communities. So when you share a post, so if you click on the posting box at the top of that, just under the word Get Inspired, move the arrow up. There you go. If you click on that, then you'll see on the drop-down menu on the right-hand side, the 3 lines. There you go. So you can select your scenes. So if you share a post, a painting, for example, and you've ticked that you're in the art scene, you can drop down and click art scene, and that will go to a separate feed for anyone that's in the art scene. So it's like a community feed for all of the artists. If you're doing a particular kind of art, watercolor or oil painting, and you want other oil painters around the world to see your oil painting, you can drop down, click that scene, and it will automatically go to a separate scenes feed for all of the oil painters around the world.
So really curated. You can really curate the feed the way you want to engage.
Yeah, you become part of communities. You get to find people around the world. You get to inspire people with your content. You get to share stuff with your friends. So we've curated the feed experience in a much more detailed way than other platforms. And then the discover bit is, I think, one of the more interesting areas. So if you click on the discover tab on the top right, that one, that will go through to a networking page. So when I was talking earlier saying you want to find a photographer, for example, if you click photography in that list of categories on the right-hand side, there you go. There's all of the different categories of photography out there. So if you need an abstract photographer, if you need a nude photographer, a fetish photographer, whatever it might be, you can tick those categories and then find people who have listed themselves in that. So if you're a model and you want to find a photographer to network with, you can go in and find a photographer. then you can say, hey, I'm a model. We should do a collaboration. We should shoot together. We've also broken it up into connecting and what did I call it? Collaborating. So if you just want to make friends through creativity, you would just use this platform, list your interests, and find people that way. It's just a general creative person. But if you want to use this to earn and connect and find opportunities, you can set your page, to I'm a collaborator. I'm here to find opportunities. I'm here to list my products. I'm here to list my services. So you can then discover more opportunities to earn, to find people to collaborate with. Other people can then find you and filter you, because if there's 1,000 photographers that have just got an interest in photography, but there's 10 people that do it professionally, you need to be able to filter those out. So being able to filter between the two is going to be a key thing. But then we've also built customizable profiles. So you see Ours the Cure on the chat menu down the side. Drop down 2 more on the right hand side. There you go. Click on that. And then that'll open up a chat box. If you click the profile picture in the chat box, that should go through to the profile. So you can see the Ours the Cure profile has been curated and designed with background images. You can change the links, the pods for all of the different things. We've set it so the products are the first thing you see there. So if you buy a t-shirt through Ours the Cure, that funds us going into schools and running workshops and talks. But then there's also on that top menu, My Services, which is the next tab under the banner image. So Ours the Cure offers public speaking and workshops. So if people are looking to find an artist to book for a workshop, for example, you can find them in the booking tools, find the different categories, and then book them. So there's 2 different ways for Ours the Cure to then earn.
Yeah.
We've curated the profile design. Then if you go on the CreateScene profile, which you can see again, where the Ours the Cure one was in the chat menu on the side, on the right hand side, there you go, next one up. So CreateScene, click on that and click on the profile picture. Again, that now looks completely different, and we've prioritized the stories as the first thing. We've written a lot of articles about creativity, about CreateScene, about what we're trying to build, and we wanted to put more of a magazine feel on the CreateScene profile. So you can now see how different people will use the platform in different ways to showcase their stories, their posts, their products, or their services. And then it's a different experience to be able to browse around, see what other people are building, and make friends and connections.
Yeah. Also, like, as I said, like, you can really like customize everything, right? So
that's been missing for a long time. We haven't had customizable profiles since the MySpace days. And it was the MySpace days that spawned people that went on to become creative directors and fashion designers and music industry people, because they were able to showcase their personality. They were able to showcase their creativity and build audiences because people were excited about what they were sharing, not just content, but their personality on their profile. It also then eliminates the need to have to build your own website. Because if you can have a customizable profile with your products and your booking tools and the ability to get found all on this for free, why would you go out and spend hundreds of dollars or pounds on building a Wix or a Squarespace or whatever it is they use, and then having to post that on other social platforms to build an audience?
Yeah.
If you can do it all in one place, why would you need those?
Yeah, totally get that. And if we have like creative people in our community, they just go to createscene.com and
So you can go onto the desktop, createscene.com, and make a profile. We also have an Apple and an Android app available. So whatever you use, go to your app store, find CreateScene. You can download it and have an app version of it as well. So we've tried to cover all of the different bases. But I just want to get across, like, what we've built, I think, is phenomenal. But this is just me and my best friend have built this over the last 3 years with a limited budget. This is just a 2-person project so far to get to a point where we've got more ways to share content, more ways to get discovered, more ways to customize your profile, more ways to find friends than other platforms. There's more to do on CreateScene than there is on Pinterest, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. We just don't have the audience yet.
Yeah.
If this gets mass adoption, if more and more creative people come and use this to share their artwork, to share their NFTs, to find other people, to collaborate, to find people to work on projects with each other, again, for free. This isn't a sign up for $99 and then you get access to this. This isn't a connect with 10 people and then there's a paywall like on Bumble or Hinge or whatever it is that you use for matchmaking to find friends. There's no limits. You can come on a network with as many people as you want without a paywall, without a limit. That's what we've tried to democratize creativity for everyone.
Yeah.
Whatever creative scene you're in, because I'm a fan of, obviously I work in the art industry. I love graphic design. I love certain kinds of music. So if I want to be discovered for the same kind of music as someone and get matched, because if someone else joins and they see this person's also into punk rock, street art, and whatever else, you two look like a good match. Send them a friend request. If they're in the same city as me, let's go grab a coffee and walk around.
Yeah, and see if there's like potential working together, right?
Yeah. So whether you're using it for business or just making friends, there's multiple ways that people will use CreateScene. And again, for the people that aren't creative, that want a place, a central place to discover creatives for their projects, this is what we need.
Yeah, awesome. And I mean, I really like the mission behind it, and I guess Josh and I wish like the company much luck here, and also on the nationals. If you can say it like that, I guess that's the right wording here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
So Rich, thank you so much for walking us like through your creative path, like through the platform you've built. I mean, I guess our audience seen something new today. So yeah, thanks for taking the time out of your day, and we're really looking forward to like what CreateScene is up to over the next couple of years. So yeah, guys, if you want to check it out, CreateScene.com. As you've heard, you can find everything in terms of creative people and creative connections there.
Also, if you want to see my artwork, at Rich Simmons Art or richsimmonsart.com, you can find me on all the platforms. So please come and check me out. I've got a YouTube channel as well. I just released a new video today. I'm currently turning my studio. That room is going to be a private gallery. So I'm going to be able to host my own exhibitions, have networking things, teach classes. If people want to learn how to cut stencils, come and hang out with me in Brighton in the UK. I'm trying to do as many things as I can to reach people through my art and creativity, whether it's CreateScene, whether it's Art as the Cure, or whether it's my own artwork. So however you want to follow me and the journey over the next couple of years through the art or through CreateScene, I would love to have you on board. And thank you for the opportunity to talk about all this today. I hope I've tried to explain things well and inspire a few people.
Yeah, I mean, man. And yeah, we appreciate you taking the time and just sharing the platform a little bit more. It sounds really interesting. Jan, sorry.
And I mean, you could feel like the passion behind it. So that's great to see. And I mean, it's like a passion project for you and your best friend that like opens up the door for a lot of creative people, which is great. So
I hope it can have a big impact in the world of creativity, and future generations would be able to say that they built a career on the back of what we're building now.
Yeah. Awesome. Best of luck. Best of luck with that. And
hopefully put it in front of a few more eyes. We'll share the link. And then, just before we let you go here, is there anything else that you want to mention to the listeners, or things we didn't cover?
I'm just excited about what I'm building now with a new lease of life for my creativity, with the studio, with the gallery space, being able to curate my own shows, not having to deal with galleries telling me what I can and can't do anymore. I think there's a level of freedom with that. And CreateScene has been a labor of love for a number of years. I mean, just building it and having a working MVP and beta testing it, to have it live and something that people can join and actually benefit from and use has been a long journey. Now I just need people to support that. And I think that's one of the hardest things. Is it's something that a lot of artists and creatives struggle with, is getting people to care about what they're doing. And I want people to believe in this. I want people to champion this. I want people to go for the underdog, because I'm not a billionaire Silicon Valley mogul. I'm not backed by Elon Musk or anything like that. This has been me selling NFTs, selling my artwork, and putting my own money into this because I believe in it. This isn't to fund some other big thing. I just need more people to champion that. And it's free to do it. It's free to join. And if you become a member, you become an ambassador, you tell your friends, they join. And all of a sudden, you've got a new place that's more interesting than what's already out there, hopefully.
Awesome.
Anyways,
All right, man.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something there. Okay, cool. We'll let you go and wrap up the show here, man. But again, thanks for taking the time, and yeah, we'll stay in touch.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, man.
Jan, I'll put us back in the studio here, and we'll wrap the show up. There we are.
All righty. And by the way, before he jumped on, we had like the question open here for if you can use the stickers without purchasing them. And Frank answered, Viviversum answered that yes, you can without owning them. So, I mean, I'm not particularly sure why to go for the drops then if you can own them without participating. But yeah.
You know, I'm still biting my tongue about the whole sticker stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, fair.
Another great show. Thanks, Shankster. Huge support. I see this guy's name everywhere now. All right, guys. If there's not anything else you guys want us to cover in the chat, or if there are, let us know now. But we're gonna wrap up the show here. And yeah, we talked a little bit about Vivi, Panini, Clanosaurs. And then we covered this CreateScene. So,
yes. Next week we will have someone from the marketing team from Rarible on, like a big NFT marketplace, who also has like the intersection between physical and let it loose between physical and digital collecting. So that can be a pretty interesting interview as well. So. Yeah, Hinano, you don't want that.
Should I give like a little preview for next year? Oh, I forgot to open the packs. Let me open the 2 packs.
Oh yeah, you fair.
Okay, I bought a booster box, 1-piece booster box. I'm gonna have to put us full screen, and I bought the damn wrong thing. I thought I bought like a pack of them, like 7 or 8 packs or whatever, and it's one singular pack of 4 cards. Or no, wait.
But those will be
3
bangers,
cards.
my friend.
3 cards, not 4. And then the card game, which I don't really care about, but the first card looks pretty cool. So we're gonna open the 3-pack. I'm assuming this has to be a good pack if there's only 3 cards in it, because every pack that I see people open has like 10. And then I also have a Prism FIFA pack. 2025 to 2026 Panini Prism FIFA Soccer. Oh, they actually put soccer on the label. Anyways, I got these in the shop, and the guy behind the counter was like 99 years old.
Buddy, put yourself on big screen here so that people can see it even better.
Let's do. Oh, wrong one. Wait. Is that better?
Yes. Okay, should I do a little?
Can people still hear Jan?
I hope so.
Yeah, you should be good.
Okay.
Wait. 1 sec.
Okay. Oh yes, you have to do it. Oh, M1X.
Shout out to Almon X for the gloves. I don't. Are these racing gloves? What are these gloves for, by the way? Golf gloves? I don't know.
But aren't those like? Aren't those like for not making like?
Oh, maybe they are for like TCG cards or something.
Yeah, or at least for collectibles.
I should have just gone. I should have just gone MJ with it with the one glove.
So funny, buddy. Yeah, let's rock them.
Okay. White on white. Damn, I should have opened the pack first. Now it's going to be hard to open.
Do
I
it with
should've
your
gone-
teeth.
I should have got. No. I don't know where these cards have been. Yeah, I should have gone MJ with it. One sec. I'm going one glove. All right. Damn it, I should have taken off the other one. One sec. Shit. Oh, that's awkward. There's a place to tear it. Okay. I see the corners of the cards. They're on that side. How do I open this thing?
Master, master at its craft here right now.
Wait. Oh, I thought I was opening the Panini pack first. This is the One Piece pack. Okay. How do I? This is my first time I'm ever opening a pack of cards. Of One Piece cards.
I
One
guess,
Piece
I
cards.
guess people can tell.
I'm gonna bring you some One Piece cards to Vegas, please, please. What's the best way to do this? I always see people do it with the Pokemon, but I don't know how to.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just 3. So
Wait, Hinano, is the best card on the back or the front? Shoot, I should have looked that up first. Because I know with Pokemon, you have to take like the first 2 or 3, right? And then bring it to the back. Wait, am I about to show the... I'm doing that like I know what card it is.
you're
Okay.
doing great, buddy.
Oh, the art on this one is already really nice. What the hell?
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. That looks good.
I'm telling you guys, if you guys haven't seen the One Piece cards yet, the One Piece art is next level, at least compared to anything else I've seen. I don't know what the rarity is. Just rip it, okay? There's only 3 cards though, so I'm assuming these are probably going to be better. Is that good?
Mhm.
And no, you got to tell me because I don't know what I'm pulling here. I don't even know if this is a good deck. Is this just like fan-made art or something? Or is this... Because this is not the packs I see people opening online.
I think the first card was like from the looks side of it, it was the best one.
Yeah, so I got my sleeves here. Got my sleeves to put them in. And then, I mean, it depends on what we pull with the FIFA pack here, but I even have a slab. So I'm prepared.
Mhm.
I'm prepared. I don't think I'm going to put any of those ones in the slab yet, but let's... I have no idea what collection you're opening. This one. Age and New Gate starter deck. This.
He got the sleeves ready. Oh yeah, he has.
Okay, next one. And last one, by the way. I definitely got to get the right booster box next time because I want to open like 10 of these in a row. How do I open this FIFA one? I don't want to bend the cards. Got it. Oh, shoot. I saw a player's face already. I don't know who that is. You can track your cards with Deck Trader. It has all the collections. You can track the Grail pulls. Okay. Oh, shoot. Wait, there's some upside down. Okay. I don't know who this is, but we're gonna flip
Show
him
it in the
around.
cam.
I know. I'm just flipping him around. He's upside down.
Oh,
One
okay.
second. I don't know who. David Fratesi?
No clue. Never heard of him. But
Yeah,
I'm
you're
also
going to be better at this one than me. Do you
100%
watch
not.
football?
I'm not a big soccer fan.
Oh, you're even calling it soccer. Okay.
Yeah, but
we
for you, I
have.
call it soccer.
I don't know who this is either. Min Ki Song. I'm going to embarrass myself with these names. The next one. Oh, this looks cool. I'm like shaking right now because I'm nervous. I don't want to like.
Nervous. I'm pulling a big one.
Emergent. Nathan Fernandez.
Mm-hmm.
It's a football. Shankster, I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. I agree. And then we have this pack sucks. I'm not even a football fan, and I know that this pack sucks. Mark Casado.
Never
FC
heard
Barcelona.
of him.
Barcelona's one of my, actually not one of my favorite
Yeah,
places I've ever
by
traveled.
the way, guys, I would say football as well, but for you guys out there, I call it soccer.
All right. Well, the FIFA one was a little anticlimactic. I will say though, I do love the art on this One Piece card.
Yeah, the first card looked like really cool.
The first, yeah, it's like a reflection.
Mm-hmm.
Looks really cool. I got to get more of these though. We'll open some more on stream. Can we, I don't want to look at my face anymore. So can we go there? I'll open more on stream, but I need to get more booster boxes and the right ones. So if you guys can recommend like the right ones to me, I would really appreciate that, because I think I spent like $60 on that booster box. Or no, wait. No, I think it was like 40, but still for 3 cards,
Yeah,
I don't really want to do that again. So,
yeah. I mean, I like the idea from Minano here. We should do a pack rip on an RWA project together live. Highest pull takes it all. I mean, the highest pull takes it all. We can leave that aside, but we could do something like this together live. That would be pretty fun.
yeah, I'm down. And NFTs every day also messaged us saying the same thing.
Yeah. We
do a
need to
pack
get
opening.
some of the Panini packs and rip at least 1 or 2 with him, because we would have the same problem on that side, because we wouldn't know what's good and what's not.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. I pulled those football players and had no idea who I was pulling. I don't actually even know if I got the right pack for FIFA. I just saw Prism, and I remember him saying that Prism was the best kind of packs.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also saw Panini, so I just put 2 and 2, together.
Yeah.
But I'll grab some more. So, and then if there's any other things that people want to see us open, we'll do some like digital stuff too, like the Digitoys blind boxes and Panini, like you said. So yeah. All right.
Alrighty. Nothing in my chat.
Cool. All right, guys. We'll wrap things up now then. If you haven't shared the stream, goes a long way. Make sure to like, follow, or subscribe. And we will see you again Monday at 1 p.m. EST.
Yes, sir.
Later.
Let's come back. We collect. Collectors going digital and then collects.